Hello, welcome in. Hello, hello. Welcome in, my darlings. How are we today? So I just got back from the movies. Went and saw Sinners. So I just got back from the movies. Went and saw Sinners. Absolute epic masterpiece. How's everybody doing today? Hello, hello, welcome on in. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my darlings. No fangs at the moment. Mostly because I'm tanking myself up on sugar. We'll do that in a bit. I just got here. I just got on. I don't need any bad news, any doomer news. I don't need that. I really don't. I just saw Sinners. I'd like to ride that high for a bit. Well, stop letting other people dictate how you feel about yourself. And trust me, yeah, that's the hard part. But also think of it this way. What the news media, what the mass media tends to feed you is bullshit. And, start just feeling yourself, loving yourself, and know that other people also like to look at that too. This puritanical, cover yourself up unless you're a stick figure, mass media, bullshit marketing. That's to shove you towards buying more things and going the way they sway. Stop. Start feeling it here. Well, yeah, because you've internalized quite a bit. Hey, Nubis, how you doing, dude? Let's start with good news, please. I just saw Sinners. I'm riding an emotional, oh my god, right now. Oh my god. A Michael B. Jordan playing a twin role. Sir. But also the representation of Choctaw, of Asian Americans, of black sharecroppers, of Irish Americans. It was so fantastic. It was so fantastic. Just absolutely, oh my god. I was blown away by that movie. This is what I have been desperately wanting cinema and film to be for quite some time. And not only did they have deep nuance with stuff in there that if you know, you know. If you have the epigenetics for it, you know. But if you don't know, you might miss it. It was so good. It was so fucking good. It was so nuanced and layered. There's going to be college classes about this movie. And it is just, it's so fantastic. I hate Tyler Perry. Cannot stand him. I find him vile on so many levels, mainly because of his misogynoir. He is the epitome of somebody who shucks and jives for attention and placation and acceptance while continuing to further the stereotypes that we have fought so hard against. No, he's mocking black women. He is violently mocking black women. His misogynoir and his mammy-esque characters are heinous. I vehemently do not like that man. Yo, how you doing, Cemetery Nymph? Come on in. I got strong opinions. I just saw films. Sinners was so good. Oh my god. And the nuance of the folklore, the nuance of all the different cultural intermixings. Yeah. I at one time did watch his movies, but his portrayal of black women, especially how he treated actual black women within his movies, made me so uncomfortable. And the more I saw how he was treating them. So it was a pattern recognition of, the fuck are you? Ew, oh, no, yeah. But that's the whole thing, is he's playing off of this stereotype. He could have had somebody who grown up in that big mama culture, but he didn't. He brought in the loud, oh, chow, oh, Lord, oh, the shucking and jiving of it all. So, yeah, no, he played a caricature of a stereotype. Tyler Perry playing Medea. He is not a representation of older black women. That was straight up just a caricature of the aggressive black mammy stereotype. So yeah, no. That is a heinous representation. And the fact that he decides to play one as himself instead of getting a black character. And he's not the only black man who has done that. Like, he's done that, oh god, the guy who played Norbert, Eddie Murphy has done that. Even the Wayans brothers have done that, and it's been awful. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of his drama movies either, because he uses a lot of stereotypes in there too, and he uses a lot of colorism, which, if you're not used to looking at colorism, you'd probably miss a lot of the markers and whatnot. He's not funny, though. To me. I'll at least clarify that. To me, it's not funny. It's misogynoir. So yeah. Sinners was so fantastic. I literally, I want to buy that movie when it comes out. I need some sort of physical copy of that movie when it comes out. If it does not win so many awards, not only for, like, screenwriting, acting, music, cinematography, it was so good. So good. It was 1,000% worth every single frickin' penny and second. It was so good. Yes, and they actually put everybody in that movie. It is not only diverse, but it is integrated. It is intersectional. And that is something I have been begging movies to do for such a long time. Ryan Coogler? Yes. Thank you, and yes. It's still in theaters. They just had so much push that they now are, I guess, putting into IMAX as well. Fantastic. Hey, Soybean! I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it at the matinee. It was like me and like two other people. I'm like, matinees on Mondays, I freaking love them because there's very few people that tend to go to those. And it was so good. Yes! There was black spirituality, not only like literal African, but also hoodoo, like American folklore, black sharecropper mysticism, and done in a respectful way. It was so fantastic. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, no, oh my god, colorism. And I speak as somebody who actually has a lot of privilege within the black community because of how light I am. I'm half black, half white. I have a lot. And trust me, I have some issues with the black community at time, but that is like in community, that is only between community, that is not for everybody to consume nor chime in on. But like the colorism that people darker than me face both within community and within general society is horrific. And the fact that there are those within the community who would use that colorism to further their career is just, what you doing, man? What you doing? They ain't gonna pick you. They ain't gonna pick you. They ain't gonna pick you. Yeah. Yes, I just saw it. I just saw it today. So worth it. I am trying so hard not to give away any kind of spoilers because I know some people still want to like go out and see it fresh, clean, and new. It is so good. It is so nuanced. The way they give you the backstory to certain people and characters and tell you all about their lives without hardly saying two words about it, but just showing it, just bringing it in and letting you see pieces, and you're like, oh, you understand why they do what they do. Like there are two, Michael B. Jordan, he plays both of these characters. There are two characters who are soldiers or were soldiers at one time, and they don't just play them in one way. They like give all the nuances of what it's like to be a soldier, the way you have that hyper focus, the way you can be cold and shut down the emotions, but also the after effects when you're no longer in like soldier mode, or that deep connection that you get between not just bonded family, but people that you have been in horrific situations with. Like, it is so fucking nuanced. It is such a good movie. Right? That part, Clover. That part. Oh my god. And I was raised in a very palm color community. I was not really introduced to like black community save for on the screen for the most part, and then I got introduced a little bit later on in life. But yeah, like the culture shock of I'm black, but then not actually being a part of the black community, only being able to see it from the outside for a while, then being introduced into it in steps and stages, and having to like deal with what it's like to try and get integrated with a community that you technically belong to but aren't necessarily raised in. I'm just like, that is one of the reasons I'm actually, growing out my nails and doing certain other things. It's part of my journey to reconnect with a lot of my culture. Yes. I almost missed it too because I'm just like, that he's they didn't just get two people who, like, I know that's Michael B. Jordan, but I'm like, did they get somebody who looked like, the only way I was able to tell that it was him playing both roles is one scene, and it was literally the shadows on the ground were the only thing that gave it away. Their editing was so clean. The interactions that they had them have was so good. Like, they nailed it. So good. Ooh, let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. Yeah. No, I saw. Yeah. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Sorry if it seems like we're jumping all over the place. It's because we're having multiple conversations. I'm sorry. Hello. Welcome to my ADHD. Hey, Trip. So good. So good. Like, I want to see more movies like that. I would adore seeing more movies like that taking on like more integrated or intersectional cultures within America. It was so good. It was so... The fact that they had two Asian actors, Chinese actors, I believe, two Asian actors playing shop owners in the Mississippi South. And the way they were integrated into the community. And you could tell what people's, like, not only cultural station was, but, like, their what do you call it? Their role within society and the way they interconnected. And just, it was so good. I just got back from seeing Sinners, so I've got my fangs around here somewhere, but I was also just getting a little bit of food into myself because I kind of sat there and just stared at the screen for just 2 hours and just drank it in. So yeah, if you're feeling down, come on in, sit, decompress, let's talk for a bit. I'm hopped up on a whole lot of adrenaline and just, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. That accent is an affect for the persona of Inabathri. This is me. This is just regular old sanguine. This is my regular ass California accent. I am Southern California through and through, born, bred, and raised. What I put on is a 1700s colonial American accent. So yes, I know when you hear Inabathri, you're used to hearing that kind of posh European-esque accent, but that is just the affect for the persona. Hello, hello. Let me actually lower this just a touch. Oh, no, I keep tightening it. No wonders happen. Come on, there we go. There we go. Certain things are a little bit harder to do with long nails. There we go. Hi, darlings. Welcome in. Bienvenue. How are we? How we doing? Give it a second. I'm letting this charge up, and then I'll throw on my microphone. We can do a little bit more up-close ASMR. But yeah. Hey, how you doing, Playful? Hello, hello. Just got back from seeing Sinners. So good. So good. So nuanced. So multifaceted. This is the kind of movie that they're going to make actual, like, filmography classes on. There is so much to deconstruct within the movie itself. There's so much that movie does and says. The way it combined literally the past with the present with the future. Hey, Miss Tyler, how you doing? Hopefully well. Sorry, I just got back from seeing Sinners. I am so hyped right now. So hyped. Such a good movie. That, and it did have action. It did have, you know, a little bit of horror and whatnot to it. And I adored it because they went from giving you a movie about these characters, who they are, how they operated, how they functioned, how that society tied together, and then also put in elements of horror. And they set the tone for this movie, like, within the first 2 minutes so perfectly. So perfectly. Oh, it's yeah. Miss Tyler! Thank you! Aww. Hello, loves. Hello, Fabiano. Would you thank you so much. Would you like me to read a card for you, or would you like me to pull for the community, Miss Tyler? Thank you so much for the roses. Oh my goodness. I'll reset. I know I can almost hear you. I can almost hear you going, reset. Okay, okay. Okay, we will reset goals. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Monday, which means all of my goals have reset. So we will start with those. And do I have a flash goal as well? Okay. Community poll? Okay, will do, my dear. I swear, I appreciate it. I really do. And I'm trying to be good and make sure that if people are lighting up things in the gift gallery, I will be sending you a thank you at the end of the week. Because I really do appreciate the support all the way around. I truly do, really do. Thank you, my darlings. Ah, thank you. Apparently, if I get my levels up in certain places, they will give me, or at least let me have a little bit more of the share, as it were. So yeah, if you want to level up, if you're the type of person who likes leveling up, I swear I can talk. If you are the type of person who likes leveling up, the Heart Me gives you 45 points, and the first comment with, I think it's 5 words or more, that's another 30 points, and the first team gift that you give, or the team gifts that you give, also level you up faster. So, yeah. You can only do the Heart Me, I think it's once every 24 hours. So, yeah. Okay, let me calm down just enough so I can read. 5 of Cups reversed, but I don't feel the sadness that normally comes with this card. I'm making sure that I'm not accidentally overriding it, but yeah. Hi, Scarlet Vixen. So yeah, I'm not feeling the sadness that would normally come with this card. A 5 of Cups is like that deep regret of the things that have gone by. And, hey, Lady J. And instead, it almost feels like you're, this is going to sound odd, and it's probably because I just watched this movie. It's really gotten me in the headspace of ancestral practices and whatnot. It's kind of like pouring out that bitter cup. It's getting rid of the opportunities that you know you missed, the things that went past that you're like, I should have, but you know what? I can't go back. I can't change that past. So and sitting here and just sipping on that regret is not doing any good either. So you know what? It feels like you're finally understanding that you kind of need to pour out that regret, let it wash away from you, rinse out that cup, and then find something new to pour into it. So if you're feeling regret, if you're feeling sorrow, especially for things that, like, you just didn't do, or you just, you let that opportunity slip by, let it wash away from you. Let it go, because you know that it doesn't serve you, and you know that if you hang on to it, it's just going to be bitter in your mouth. So pour out the cup of regret, wash that thing out, get it nice and clean. That way, when you're refilling those opportunities and attracting new things towards yourself, you're filling up a clean cup, refilling those opportunities and attracting new things towards yourself. You're filling up a clean cup that doesn't have any of that, like, acrid resentment left with it. So breathe, let it pass, let the new good things come in. That way you can take a nice clean sip of something that actually fills you up in so many ways. Okay. Don't know why I thought this was going to be some more tense. This card holds so much tension. Like, I don't like having it in my hands for the most part, but for once, the read is a little bit nicer. Hello, hello. How are we? Oh, that's right. I need to make sure I also have. There we go. How is everyone doing? Come in, come in. just went and saw Sinners. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I kind of like want to go back and I want to see it again. Oh, I want to see it again. I want to take notes. They literally represented Chinese Americans in the Mississippi Delta during sharecropping era. They had research teams. They had people who actually took their time and put the effort into not only the costuming, but the lore and the dialect and like the identities, the personal identities around each of these people who were in this area. So like they had people like, and they listed the people who were doing the research and who were came in as coordinators for Mississippi, the people who did the research on the Choctaw Native Americans, the Irish American, like everybody was represented. So like Irish, Choctaw, Asian Americans, Black sharecroppers. There was representation for people who we use, this is an old term, used to call them quadroons or octoroons, but in modern era, or at least more modern era, we would call them white passing. And it's just like, they did such a good job. They did such a good job. Oh my god, thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate that. Hello, hello. Come on in. Ah, yes, if we get to 10K, we can do another community card pull. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Candace. Come in, come in. So what shall we talk about? I'm still hyped, but let's banter. Hey, how you doing, Angie? I really hope I get to have like some banter back and forth with Dust Hollow. Because, yeah, like, had I gone in and not known anything about the Irish folklore around what we call vampires, I don't think I would have... I still would have enjoyed the living daylights out of this movie. But, like, knowing the history and the lore behind the Irish and what we call vampires, it gave even more layers and levels to it. I'm doing real good. I'm doing so good. Yeah, there was so much symbolism. They talked about root work. Root work. They showed like small ritualistic items. Like, they did their research, because history isn't black and white. History was always intersectional and deeply layered, and this movie really, really caught the essence of all of it so well. So well. And when the twist happens, trust me, I'm not gonna say nothing about the twist, but when the twist happens, it makes sense. So it's just like, oh yeah. Ooh, I've got Netflix. I was thinking of, is it good? Is it good? I'm always hesitant about anything that's like, ooh, witches. I'm like, oh god, is this gonna be the same rehashing of just absolute okay. I'll pick it up then. And then I've also got to binge Yellow Jackets as well. Yes. That part, oh my god, that part, and that part, oh my god, that part, and you, like, I'm not saying the vampire was sympathetic, but the vampire was so much more nuanced than, ooh, you're evil. Like, no, it was so much more than that. And the way he could spin a lie, the way he could manipulate, It was so good. It was so good. We're talking about Sinners. It was so well done. The costuming was fantastic. The everything about it was just so well done. And there was so much nuance, so much layer that I was like, I can't believe that they like got all of this so fantastically put together. And the nuance was subtle. Nothing was like directly in your face. Everything was there for like a reason. And the reason made sense, especially if you knew about the history behind it. So I would highly suggest Dust Hollow, aka Renfair Lila. Go look up their stuff, especially the stuff that centers around the mythos and lore of vampires in Ireland and Irish folklore. It will give you some amazing knowledge, firstly, but it also make you understand a lot more nuance around that character. And the foreshadowing, oh my god, the foreshadowing was good. The nuance was good. The just everything about that movie. Like I will. It's gonna be so hard for me to wait to like talk more in depth, but there absolutely needs to be an entire like college course or several college courses, honestly, talking about this movie because the cinematography was amazing. The 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 costuming, not just period costuming, but the costuming that really showed the culture behind people, their both their ancestry and their future self. Like my jaw was firmly on the floor for most of that movie. Right, right, right. That part. Cause yeah, he traded in. He himself was colonized and traded in his actual freedom to colonize others. Like the layers, the layers. Oh my god. And honestly, I'm trying so hard not to give anything away because of how wonderfully intersectional, nuanced, and diverse this was. This was the kind of movie I've been wanting for such a long time. And look, I love Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That was a fantastic film. Adored it. Very much it's centered on, the Asian experience, especially here within the States. I was blown away even further by this movie by telling so many different nuanced stories for so many different people within this states, especially in the deep south. Like there was layer upon layer, and they used the language correctly. Thank goodness for that, because they did a fantastic job. So if you've never seen Black Panther actually references, I think, no fewer than half a dozen, probably a dozen, different African cultures. Yoruba, Himba, Zulu, like so many languages, so many cultures, and they do it really well, especially through the costuming. Same thing happened here, where everybody's costume was gorgeous, lovely, wonderfully put together, but also held deep nuance and very much paid attention to the culture. We're talking about Sinners, and I'm doing so without giving anything too too much away. Oh, which is really, really hard because it was so good. It was so freaking good. That, and I appreciate that they put the new actor at the top of the bill. Usually, if you're a new actor, you know, it'd be like, ooh, Michael B. Jordan, Michael B. Jordan, Michael B. Jordan, and that would be like the big focus. And then, you know, like, you know, of course, some of your other well-known names, those would be put first. They put the newcomer, who very much was the focus of, you know, the story. He was the overall protagonist, I guess you could say. They put him at the top of that bill. They made sure that he was presented well, that he was seen, that he was, you know, his name is right there. So, like, there's no way to overlook him. There's no way to move past and go, oh, well, you know, no, he was there. He was present. And you very much see the story so much through his perspective, while also getting other people's perspectives layered in there, which is what makes it so fucking good. Okay, go get a sweet treat, my dear. Right? They did so good. Costuming, on point. Language and dialogue, on point. Cinematography, oh my god, yes. Foreshadowing, beautifully done. The little Easter eggs in the background that told you about the culture, about what was going on, what, you know, setting the scene, as it were. Like, it was so fantastic. Hey, how you doing, Francis? I can't get over it. I honestly can't get over it. They did. My brain is still like chewing over, just like every time I was like, oh my god, that's right. They had the thing about, no, can't say anything because that would give too much away. But yeah. No, I don't do Zelle. I've got the links that I have right now. I'm working on getting a few others set up, but I don't do Zelle. Do not do Zelle. That gives away far too much information, and I don't want to put others in danger, and I'm not going to be putting myself in danger. But if you want to gift support here, we can definitely do it that way. Oh, I just got back from seeing Sinners, so I was too hyped up to talk. I know that I have my fangs around here somewhere. At some point, I'll probably put them in. I'm just I'm rolling on a little bit of caffeine and sugar, along with a super, super, super good movie. Oh, were you the one who asked the questions with the pendulum? Okay, and again, I mean, I gave you the suggestions and information that I did. Basically, he's your stepson. You've signed up to be a parent, and he's gonna need his space, his time, but also probably therapy. He's going through a lot, and he's a kid. So you're gonna need to find the appropriate therapy and counseling so he can, you know, help adjust. But realize, okay, there was somebody else who also, I guess, had stepson issues, or yeah, I think it was a stepchild. But yeah. Have you tried electrolyte soybean? Something with just like a little bit of salt and water, so like a Pedialyte or something to that effect. Sometimes when you're completely out of whack, especially with vitamins, nutrients, minerals, that kind of stuff, it can really throw off your ability to eat. Get a little bit of like bread, starch, a little bit of protein in there. Do it slow. You might still be having some after effects from migraines and whatnot. Okay. So yeah, the right, broth and bread. And honestly, I'd say soak the bread in the broth. You know, like toast it up and then give it a little soak kind of thing. But yeah, I know. But yeah, no. Again, Blinks or Lio, there are some of those ways, or you can always support directly through here. This is about to turn into a therapy session that I don't think you're going to enjoy. You want to blame her? How about you blame your husband? That's his kid too. You want to say that, oh, she raised her kid to be like this. Where was he? You thought you signed up just to be with your husband. You somehow didn't process that you were also signing up to be this kid's stepmom. And you're trying to unfairly shift things around to either make it mom's fault or the kid's fault. And either way, you are being wildly unfair because you have a particular physical and emotional connection to a man, but not his children. Okay, and now you got him. I'm sorry, did you get him or not? You said you got him, and now you don't know what to do with him. You said he was present. Whoop-de shit, my father was present. Did make him a good parent. You wanted full custody. Now you got custody. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Do you think that your stepchild does not see how you act towards him? Do you think this child does not see your disdain for them? 5 years ago, you should have already been getting him counseling. Should have already been advocating for him to have healthy outlets for how he's feeling and what he's going through and the parents that he's being pulled between. But you've just come onto a stranger's platform to complain about your stepkid and about how he's just impossible and making it impossible for you and your husband to get along. Yeah. And I want you, as a grown-ass adult, I'm assuming that you're a grown-ass adult. I want you as a grown-ass adult to understand this kid is going through hell. And I need you to understand that he can see how you feel about him. He can see how you treat him versus how you treat possibly your other children. I don't know if you have other children or not. And also how you treat his father. Kids pick up on that shit. The same way I picked up on how my parents felt about me and how they treated me and what they expected me to be. You you accepted him into your home. And again, here you are, sitting on a stranger's platform, putting all of your information about him on a platform with a bunch of strangers, assuming that he is never going to see this, and assuming that he is never going to pick up on how you feel about him. If I seem a little bit more heated, thank you, Miss Tyler. You're right. I need to breathe a little. If I seem a little heated, it's because I'm really tired of parents. And when I say parents, I just mean across the board parents. They can be adopted parents, biological parents, step parents. The way they treat their kids or the way they think about their kids bleeds out into how they interact with them. And kids aren't stupid. They pick up on it. And the amount of damage parents do to kids is something that they will be undoing for the rest of their lives. I'm in my 40s. I'm still undoing the damage that my parents did to me. You think you've tried, but all you've done is come in and vomit a bunch of trauma about how much you don't like your kid and trying to paint yourself as the good parent. But everything you've just said has told me you have done shit that has definitely messed with this kid's head. Then get divorced. Move away from the father and his child. That part, Alex. That part. Adults are never quite as slick as they think they are. Kids are like sponges. All they do is observe. They soak up so much of what goes on around them. They pick up on stuff, and even if they don't know how to have nuance to every last little thing that goes on in their life, they pick up on when people don't like them. They pick up on when people don't like their presence. They pick up on so much stuff, and you're just trying to sit here and get validated by a bunch of strangers, and literally all you're doing is across a platform where everybody can see exactly how your stepson picked up on how you feel about them. Hello, hello? Yeah, it is crazy that you're trying to make it all about you instead of taking care of or speaking with the father, the parent, on getting counseling and therapy for this kid so they can deal with the trauma that they are going through. It is crazy that you are coming in and trying to get sympathy from the devil. I have a degree of psychology. One of the psychologies I was required to take was child psychology. And from everything I have observed about the way you make it about yourself and your wants, your needs, how you feel, how they're terrible, how the mother is terrible, how da-da-da-da. You ain't slick. Your stepkid is seeing all of this. Like, everything. And you are not the hero of the story. Oh my god, is that actual dust hollow? Yes, you can absolutely share something good going on, by all means. I think I must have missed something. Well, if he asks for your number, just ever so politely turn it down, especially if you're not comfortable with it, and absolutely stand by your boundary lines. bit, a little bit. I may have never wanted kids, and I didn't want kids for a reason. I knew that I was not meant for or made for having kids for any number of reasons, including a lot of the trauma that I went through. So, for as much as I don't like children, I will rarely, if ever, side with parents because I have seen repeatedly, both as a teenager and in my more professional settings while getting my degree, how parents act around their kids and treat their kids. And you're asking somebody who doesn't even have a fully formed brain, let alone fully formed ethics, morals, and good coping skills, to bow and bend? Nah. I won't ever side with that. Are there bad kids out there? Absolutely. There are. They are few and far between, though. Most are just having reactions to trauma. I mean, as long as you're standing by your boundary lines when you need to stand by your boundary lines, I'm not gonna judge as much, because at least you're two grown-ass people making that decision to exchange numbers. Hey, B, how you doing? So I don't know if Francis is gone, but yeah. See, I'm the crazy auntie, okay? I'm the auntie. I'm the vodka auntie, okay? I'm the one who will. I would highly suggest you don't do this thing because you could end up very damaged. But if we're gonna do it, at least let's put some safety helmets on, and I'll get the fire extinguisher. I'm like, I will give you the brutal truth. Even if you're a young person, I will tend to give you just the honest truth. Because at least with the honest truth, you can make a much more informed decision. And sometimes you gotta, like, I know, the wall socket looks like you just wanna, but I will say from experience, you see this scar? I still can't feel anything right there, and that's because I did what you thought you were gonna do, and it's not fun. Not to mention, let's go ahead and watch a couple episodes of Rescue 911, and then at least one or two of the Final Destination movies. You still want to do that? No? Yeah, that's what I thought. Right. Yeah, shouldn't put a penny in it either. Well, I mean, being a parent, period, is so incredibly difficult. And I think we don't prepare people correctly for how to parent, what to expect as a parent, or, what it's going to take village-wise, what it's going to take in order to help raise a healthy individual with decent coping skills and enough emotional maturity to express themselves when they are feeling incredibly stressed out or dealing with trauma. Wait, what? Thank goodness I was able to stop you from that. That part, Ashley. That part. Like, yeah, why are you gonna fight for a kid and then not want to raise them and then blame the mom for dumping them when you fought for full custody? Like, and then act like the kid isn't having to watch all of this or hear about all of this. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't care how thick you thought the walls in your house were, they are paper thin when you're a kid. Oh my God. To this day, I don't, even if it's just a pickup truck with some 2x4s, I don't want to be behind it. I don't want to be like, oh no, I saw that. I was like, Oh no. Oh no, no, no. That part. That part. That part. Because the kid's gonna hear it. The kid's gonna see it. They're gonna notice how they are being treated. And yeah, just yeah. Same thing with like I stay away from the intake vents on pools. I always mind my hemlines on elevators and my shoelaces if I have shoelaces on escalators and yeah, I'm just like and we're picking that up. We're stepping. I'm like checking for nails and shit. I'm not saying it made me paranoid. I do not put my hand into a garbage disposal. I will find a pair of tongs. Like I don't care. I will tong and tweezer. I will find any. I am not putting any part of myself in any super dangerous. But no, thank you. No. No. Right. Did you see recently there was a clip circulating on here where yeah like a log had come up off a logging truck and hit the van that was right behind it dead ass in the windshield and like literally came through the windshield by about that much. I'm like I was horrified and trust like the person who got out of the car, the person who had been in that accident was having the appropriate response. I'm just going, yep, no, that, yeah, no, yeah, no. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I'm just looking at it going, you have never seen Final Destination, but yeah, that's what we all felt. Oh my god. Yeah, no, just the fear factor of it all. That and so they had the new trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines. Oh my, the Rube Goldberg of it all. Like the way they Rube Goldberg every single one of those. Like you're going, damn it, and it is plausible. That's the part that makes them so visceral. They are so plausible. That part. I mean, it could be any number of things. I won't even suppose. I won't even assume what the husband was thinking versus what the stepmother was thinking. But like, I'm guessing that there was a lot of assumptions going on, and this poor kid is caught in the middle of it all. Oh, trust me, look up the trailer, but make sure you have like all the lights on and like a hand over the eye. Okay, I'm just there was a whole part where I went, oh no, nope, I can't watch that. I can't watch that. Oh no. Nope. I'm like, and I believe it's the last film that Tony Todd was in. His passing hurt. His passing really hurt. Like, and he was going through it, but he hung on just long enough to get that movie done. And damn, gone too soon, you know? I swear we keep losing really great people in the community, especially like icons. Hey Kit, how you doing? But yeah, hi, how's everybody? This has been a very interesting starting out. Right? $1.25 store. What is this, like a full 16 ounce? Yeah, it's a full pound of Dr. Pepper. He honestly was in so many movies and so many iconic roles. But I don't think he ever got nearly enough recognition for everything that he did. But I mean, Well, at least they're truthful. They go, what? Serving? 1 can. Thank you. Thank you. Because every time they go, serving is 6 ounces. You gave me a 12 ounce can. I can't exactly, like, pop a top on this. They're like, 1 can. Thank you. At least you're being truthful. A serving, 2 cookies. Who the eats 2 cookies? Unless the cookie is like that. Who the eats 2 cookies? I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and however many cookies fit between here, that's a serving. Right? 2 cookies in a minute. Right? Thin Mints used to be the absolute... because they came in those sleeves, and you'd be like, I'll just have a couple and then I'll twist it shut. You'd be sitting, and the next thing you know, you're like, where'd this sleeve go? Where did I... Just empty wrapper and crumbs. You're like, nobody look at me in the face. I know. Well, it... Is Oreo 6? Because at least that's respectable. At least that's respectable. Okay, 6? Okay, 6 makes sense. 6 makes sense. But like, 2 Fig Newtons, 2 cookies. Who the fuck eats only 2 Fig Newtons? Like, really? Who ate my $6 box of Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies? Couldn't have just been me. You're literally the only person in the house. You're like, okay, maybe it was me. Right. Trust in me, I think you've asked that question a number of times and you already know the answer. So, I guess find a better question. See, the Oreo double stuffs are what the regular ass Oreos used to be. So I don't understand how they're calling double stuffed, mega stuffed. I'm like, that's regular stuff. Because have you seen how little is in the regular Oreos nowadays? It's like this tiny, this little of frosting. Come on, Rest. Do better. These are minnow baits. Shrinkflation is so real. Like, shrinkflation has hit Toblerone, Oreos, Fig Newtons, Pop-Tarts. Frickin' Pop-Tarts. Oh, yes. So if you go up to the Blinks and Lyle, there are some links there. It's only $5 per card. However many you need, you can get between 1 and 10. 10 is a very in-depth read. 1 is like, hey, what's tomorrow going to be like? So yeah, you just go up, however many you need, come on back, and we read them live for you. So yeah. Oh. Go up, however many you need, come on back, and we read them live for you. So yeah. Oh. We put more air in there so that they don't get crushed. Liar McLiarson. Liza Minnelli. Like, you put that much air in it and that much chips in it. It means those chips are just tumbling around and, like, breaking all apart. Go ahead and also just go ahead and block them. If they're going to be like that, that is not only unsportsmanly. We don't need that here. No. I can permiss a lot of things, but that is just cheap. Dankeschön. Yeah, I'm here. What can I say? Oh, yeah. Now, but this is again why I do like 18 and over lives, or at least I try to let people know that I prefer 18 and over in my live streams, is because people like that, when they couldn't get under my skin, they decided to target somebody else that they thought was going to be a softer target. So yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, 18 and over. I prefer 18 and over because I don't want children to become an easy target for a-holes. I'm also feeling extremely they them. I know I've got but honestly, give me a little bit more time. I do need to start getting into inner gear because I'm going to be in some of my verified places tonight. So, gotta get dolled up, as it were. But, yeah, just give me a little more time. That and I just went and saw Sinners, so... Oh, no, you're good, you're so good. Just went and saw Sinners, so, like, I'm just pumped. I'm amped right now. That part. Honestly, yes. Yes, I would love to do more of it. I would love to have more custom content orders, but had a really fantastic session with a couple people from this app who decided to, hop on over so we could have just regular, less filtered conversation. It was so fantastic because we ended up coming up with some really great ideas for content making over there. It was so fantastic, and it was really nice to be able to have just an unfiltered conversation. Oh, Sinners was fantastic. Sinners was so fantastic. It was multi-layered. It was so nuanced. It was very intersectional, and like I didn't feel like I was, oh man, I can't believe they used that word, or ooh, that was kind of nice. I was like, oh, they're actually they're doing the language right. They're doing the dialogue right. They're like putting nuance to everything. It was so good, so good, so good. A. Michael B. Jordan. Thank you. But B. Costuming team was on point. On point. Cinematography was beautiful. They actually had like key researchers for each of the very specified sections of society that they were speaking on. So they had a person who was doing like the research and bringing in the nuance for life in the Mississippi Delta. They had somebody come in as the expert on hoodoo. They had people that were, experts on Asian American life in that area. Like, they had people for the Choctaw language and costuming. Like, they really did their research, and they did the society and the intermingling of that society so well. So well. Like, it was beautifully done. Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Christina. I appreciate that. They absolutely correct, Ms. Whitney. They did the cultures, not just culture, not just black culture, not just sharecropper culture. They did the cultures so well. Thank you so much for getting me to my goal on donuts. I've got different goals. I think I have a what do you call it? There's a word for it. There's like a gift gallery. So if anybody wants to light up anything in our gift gallery, that would be fantastic. Okay, one of these days I'll be able to... there we go. I'm trying to remember who, what, where, when, why, hows. Let's see. But yeah. Really? There's to be 6 more films for this? Oh, I need to see those. Oh, I so need to see those. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. Oh, I really appreciate that. Yeah, oh my god. If they do more, in that story, I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Oh, thank you so much for lighting up the gift gallery rosas. I never know if y'all can see it because they don't even show me what I'm supposed to be doing for my gift gallery. So I appreciate when people are able to. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate the support. So much so. Ooh, thank you. But yeah, no, if they are doing more, I'm here. I'm here for every last one of those films. Cause yeah, remake the Irish vampire remake. Yes, please, please show me the backstory. Cause he was such a good antagonist. I won't even say villain, but he was such a good antagonist. And I want to see his backstory so badly because if they did this much research for this, I have every faith that they are going to bring in like the Celtic lore behind everything. I need to see like I want to see more American lore. I want to see more intersectionality. They did such a fantastic job that I'm here for it. Thank you, by the way, for everybody who's been supporting and putting in. I really do appreciate it. I think my phone is now charged enough. I was at a very, very low battery rate, and I was like, so let me see if I can get that to plug in. I might have to move it just a second. Oh, give me a second. I will. Oh my god, let me do this without breaking off a nail. Okay. There we go. Haha. There we go. Okay, hopefully that can hold. Yep. Okay, I'm like, ah. I was like, wait, my brain is moving too fast. I need to slow down. I was like, give me a second. This is when I get happy, especially when I get this excited to like be able to talk about these things. My brain just. So, I love the fact that there was so much intersectionality between the cultures because in reality, that's what these cultures were like. There was a lot of intersectionalities between all of these marginalized cultures. And that's I think one of the biggest things that I loved about this film is they did not show palm colored people save for like 2 times in the film. And when I say palm color, I'm specifically talking white. What we would have called Caucasian. They did not show the ruling class of white people in this film, save for like 2 separate occasions. Every group of people that we dealt with or saw within the movie were all from marginalized groups. So the Irish, the Choctaw, the Asians, and blacks. Like black sharecroppers, freed people, like there was so much nuance and to watch not only how they worked together, but how the Irish then became the how do I put this? The symbolism for what the Irish became in America was fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw that came in. Let's do a card pull. Thank you, thank you. Hello, welcome. Come on in. But yeah, like the Irish, Black, Native American, and Asian all worked together quite often and existed in the same spaces quite often because they were all marginalized. Black and Native American were definitely at the bottom of the pile. They got the brunt of the oppression, but Asian and Irish also were heavily marginalized against in the United States from pretty much its inception till, well into the 1900s. So to watch them actually treat groups like they were treated was amazing to see, because so often we just kind of lump everybody to, or I say we, major Hollywood lumps everybody together in very particular ways and only divides by phenotypes, facial features, and whatnot. But yeah, like Irish Americans face some very heavy oppression, and when they were finally given agency, when they were finally given some social status, it was as the boot heel to the colonizer. So Irish were given a little bit more latitude, but when they were given latitude, they were made into the the police force, basically. That's where they were allowed in, which is basically the upper ruling class telling them, okay, we'll let you become like us, but if you're going to be like us, you need to take on the jobs that we don't actually want to do. You have to be at the bottom of the rung, but this means you're still a step above those that we can more easily um, legislate and rally against, because their facial features, their skin color, gives it away that they are not like us. You have the skin color, but we can get you to drop your language. We can get you to drop your culture. We can get you to drop your accent. We can make you more like us so that you cannot be distinguished from us because you look like us already. Like, racism is insidious. Racism isn't about the differences of races, it is all about hierarchical structure of the elites. It's a class issue. It's like racism at its very base is all about classism. And how do you distinguish between classes? You put in, well, if you're from this class, you should dress this way, you should talk this way, you should, eat only these types of foods and speak with only this kind of an accent. And then, the more and more hierarchy that is put in, the more and more space you can put between the very top and the very bottom. Like, I could honestly, this is one of the subjects I could really, really go on and on about. I just have to be a little bit careful now and again, because on this platform, even though I am educational, they don't like me using all the correct wording. Yes, yes, yes. I squealed so hard because yes, they had two markets. And don't worry, it's not a spoiler. They had two markets. One was for very particular this type of person, one was for very much other types of people. So like there was a very clear difference between the two, and the fact that they had that in there, oh my god, yes. Yes. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I loved it so much. Like, I love seeing nuance and research and people actually taking the time to tell history. Because if you were watching, there was so much history in this film, and it was beautiful to see. The symbolism, the absolute symbolism. Ooh, I despise that it's on Disney, but I'm wondering where I can purchase it, because I honestly I want a copy of it. I want like a physical copy of this somewhere somehow. So I want to watch that thing on repeat. Let me get you read, my darling. You know why I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing. I'm like a little bit on the nose. A little bit on the nose. Right? Yeah, no, I'm very much with you there, Saccharin. So the magician. You're mystical, you're magical, but a lot of it is very well rehearsed. The whole trick of it with you, with anything you pull off, it's all about your skill set. It's about how much you practice, like how much refinement you've done. It is all about how well you have refined that sleight of hand, that trick. And you're like, to me, well, I mean, other people will call it a trick, but to me, it's just my everyday, and the skill is so clean, so refined, so well honed that it's hard for somebody else to replicate what I do, making something appear out of thin air, cutting things in half, moving things about. It's hard for other people to do because they have not practiced or honed their skills as much as I have. This feels like you're really good at, like, people think you're like an illusionist because you can manifest something out of nothing. Keep doing it, because you're pulling something towards yourself. You're manifesting something towards yourself, and it's all because of hard work. It's all about honed skill sets and whatnot. But yeah, you're warming up to do that whole David Copperfield, make the Lady Liberty just disappear, reappear, smoke and mirrors. But yeah, like you have put so much hard work in. Recognize that the greatness, that sounds good. Recognize the greatness that other people see, that effortlessness that they see. It reflects on you how how good you are at what you do, how much work you've put in, and how much confidence you should have in yourself. If you need to manifest, it comes. If you need to make it disappear, it goes. And you're humble in the way you pull things off. You are so humble in the way you pull things off. Every now and again, allow yourself a little flourish, though. Allow yourself to bathe in the applause, in the adulations and adorations. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to be tuxedo mask. It doesn't mean, and I'm off. You didn't do anything. No. Sit there, take your applause, take your bow, because you do deserve to be recognized for it, especially while you're setting up the next thing that is going to happen, the next thing that's going to come towards you. I don't know why, but I'm honed in on this lamp light. I don't know why, but this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Like, that's what I'm hearing in my head. So whatever you're setting up for is gonna be something big and kind of epic. So yeah, run with it, but definitely don't miss the curtain call. Don't rush the applause. Let that soak in, even if you're on a bit of a timetable. It's worth it, and you deserve the recognition. You truly, truly do. Ooh, burrito bowl. Hell yeah. Ooh. I'm trying to decide what I want tonight. I don't know. Oh, actually, I've got rice and veg and stuff kind of already ready to go. Maybe I'll do like a fried rice kind of thing tonight. You're welcome and blessed be. Hello, my darlings. How are we doing this evening? I appreciate the love and support. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting I gotta reset this. I appreciate the love and support. And we are almost to 25 subscribers. I'm trying to decide if we should do like a subscriber only chat when we hit number 25 or what to do. I am definitely ramping up to do more, which means I'm going through and like refining everything that goes on. Let's see, hand hearts. I think that's 3. I gotta go back and look at my gift gallery again just to make sure. Right. And we need to have more of those. We definitely need to have more of those. Honestly, yeah, maybe we should do a live, subscriber only live. If we get to 25, I'll see about arranging something for like a couple of days from now. That way we can let people know, hey, we've got a subscriber only live coming up. Yes, and I definitely need to do like some subscriber only videos. I'm working on a lot of stuff. Luckily, I have tomorrow off. That's when we're going to do a lot of, or that's when I'm going to do a lot of content filming and whatnot. So get up nice and early, get a couple of those knocked out, and do a little bit of something extra. So maybe I'll actually do a couple of tarot card pulls that are going to be subscriber only. Something with a little bit more depth, a little bit more nuance. Yeah. I'm hoping the world needs this. No, I know the world does. I appreciate that I can actually provide that. Bed rot sounds like a good idea, honestly. God, it's such a lovely gray day today. Oh, so happy with it. Yes, absolutely fantastic gray day. Right. Spices, herbs and spices. Herbs and spices can honestly do a lot to help you enjoy your food more. I don't understand like bodybuilders and fitness sorts that I've got boiled chicken, broccoli, and brown rice. I'm like, where are your herbs and spices? Herbs and spices don't cost anything like calorie wise. Herbs and spices add flavor, and when you add flavor and color, you tend to be much more willing to eat, willing to partake. If it's always just constant bland, oh well, I gotta watch the salt. Dude, you need salt to function. And if you're like a big old bodybuilder who's sweating a lot, drinking like a gallon of water a day kind of thing, like you need the salt. And if you don't have the salt, your body cramps up and you actually can't work out properly or build properly. Like, make your body work for you. Hello! How are you doing? This, I believe this is our Dust Hollow. The movie was so good. The movie was so good. My God. And having your information around Irish folklore, God, that added so much more nuance and so much more understanding. It was so fantastic. It was so fantastic. And it was funny because like when they said, oh, silver, I'm like, Silver's not gonna do. Oh, oh. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Right? Garlic, onion salt, a little celery powder, or celery salt, cumin, paprika. Like, put spices in your food. It's a good thing. Hey, Maka. Mm-hmm. 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 In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. If anybody wants to sponsor that, by all means, I will go back. I will see it again. I will take notes. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, $1.25 store. They didn't have any Faygo. Last time I had Faygo from them, it was cotton candy Faygo. That was like drinking straight syrup. Mm, they're gonna have vinyl. Oh my god. Ooh, ICP. Right. ICP. Ooh. Oh yes. Ugh. Oh, thank you. Oh my god, I'm so glad so many people like pushed me to go see that film. It was so good. The intersectionality, the layering, the mentions of so many different superstitions, folklores. Like you had Louisiana, Mississippi, Irish slash Celtic, Appalachian. Just there was so much going on, and yet I never felt overwhelmed by all the nuance. But it was one of those things that I know I could go back and I could watch that movie a dozen times over and still. So for a matinee, which I prefer to go to matinees, it's about $13. I was gonna get myself a popcorn and soda to go with. A soda was $10. A popcorn was 12. I'm like, ain't no way in. I'm like, I will show you the pants that I am wearing. Well, I say pants, they're actually a skirt, but it's my favorite modified pair, and it's got a nice big pocket on both sides. So I brought I brought Reese's peanut butter cups in with me, as well as the Haribo stars and space mix. I also had grabbed oh god, what was it? I love the $1.25 store for it. Let's see. I got some Welch's fruit snacks because everybody loves Welch's. These, which are actually pretty darn good, the butterflies, and then my favorite, yes, the Haribo, the sour watermelon, which are like just the right amount of sour, just the right amount of watermelon. Like, freaking love them. I'm like, I'm just gonna get a couple of different ones and shoved a couple in and do. Because yeah, the moment I got up there, I went, $10 for a soda, $9 for an icy. Hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. No. Right? Right? You're like, it's only $1.25. I kept it under $10. I kept it under $10. Hey Fisher, how you doing? Oh no. Right. Ooh, cheesesteaks. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're fucking charging way too much for that shit. Way too much for that shit. Yes, yes. I'm sorry. I'm in my mid 40s. I was in the gloom cookie goth era. So yeah, between Jenko jeans, fucking straight up Dickies, like the good old fashioned khaki pants with them big ass pockets. Oh yeah, no, it's either up that leg in those pockets. Like me, I'm gifted. I'd slide stuff up under. Like, what you gonna do? Pat me down? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You didn't. We didn't. Snacks have always been expensive, but like lately, it is, yeah, 1,000% highway robbery. It is bullshit. Hmm. Oh hell yeah! Now, Philly, do y'all use provolone cheese, or am I thinking a different type of cheese? Hmm. Oh, thank you so much for everybody who's been doing subscriptions and supporting me. I really do appreciate it, and I love the gamer fingers. Ooh, we're at 10K. Let me do a card read. Yeah, that part. I used to. Oh, this will show my age. When I was 19, maybe 20, I worked at Blockbuster Video. We were one of the first Blockbusters to rent out a PS2. White American. Orange cheese whiz. Yeah. That part. That part. Dude, their family pack was like two large drinks, a large popcorn, and a candy, and it told you that it saved you a grand total of like $2. I'm like, I just did math on that, and no. Yeah, it's Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Heck yeah. I love it. I freaking love it. Mm-hmm. Dap. Oh my god. The cloak of many. I had like jackets, slightly shortened trench coats, some that I made myself. That, yeah, had. We're just gonna put these here. Oh yeah, I love being a little bit fluffy because, yeah, they hand me all of the goods and whatnot, secreted about me. I'm fat to begin with. What are they gonna do? And just do. We get in there. I start divvying out snacks like a vending machine. Yes. Oh my god. Yes, I do remember that. Aw. So let me do the community read, and then we'll do a pull for you, Ms. Whitney. Oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. I'm like, do I dare go back again tomorrow? Maybe. Especially since I already got the snacks. Just saying. Thank you, Miss Tyler. Oh, Dust, if you're still in here, I don't know if you've seen what my pendulum is, but I wanted to get your take on it because it's funny. Dang, that was loud. Oh, thank you. Our lovely Queen of Wands. I saw Sinners. So good. So, our lovely Queen of Wands. So, if the Three of Cups is eat, drink, and be merry, this lovely lady is, or this lovely feminine figure is the one who's like bringing the goods, making sure everybody's like, okay, so we've got a raw oyster bar over there, we've got entertainment over there, getting everything firm, set, ready to go, getting that party running, flitting about, making sure that everybody is, oh, did you like the hors d'oeuvres, this, that, and the third. Embrace that. Embrace that feeling. Embrace that role. It is meant for you. Like, this world, sometimes joy is hard to come by. But when the Queen of Wands shows up, especially when something emboldens you to embody that figure, embrace it because it brings joy to so many people around you. And right now, this world desperately needs that joy. Oh my god! Thank you all for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate that. Oh heck yeah, heck yeah. So you're gonna laugh. Practicing witch of like 25 years, a little bit of chaos. I'm starting to refine my style a bit more, but chaos, kitchen, candles, and more. I found this years and years and years ago in a vase of just thrifted, broken jewelry and whatnot. It was one of the few pieces that was in one piece. And for some reason, it never gave me the ick, and I never had the compulsion to throw it away. And then I was fooling around with it a couple weeks ago, and turned out this thing is an incredibly accurate pendant and pendulum for me. Italian made. The beads are always cool until I warm them up, and when I warm them up, they stay warm a lot longer than usual. And then, yeah, it has the actual stamp there at the bottom from Italy. I'm like, why don't you burn? Because literally, I have handled rosaries before and gone, nope, 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 nope. Had to like practically throw them for distance because of how awful they felt in my hand. This, on the other hand, yeah, absolutely. Let me get it warmed up. Oh, yeah. I had a brain moment. Don't worry. Yeah, no, I'm just like, this is comedy, and one witch to another, you're gonna at least find this a little bit funny. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you, Miss Whitney. I absolutely will. I absolutely will. Let me get him. Can I get a yes? Can I get a nope? Thank you. Can I get a maybe? Okay. We are warm. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. We're doing pendulum questions. Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know where you're going with it. Yeah, that part. That part. Honestly, it feels like this might have been a priest's tool, but like priest who may have wandered away for a very particular reason. Ooh. Has there been trauma in Kathy's past that has distanced her from attachment and emotions? Pretty clear yes, but they're not traumatic situations that are necessarily yours to pry out of her. You can be present, you can be supportive, but some people are not willing or able to deal with bringing up trauma, especially to partners, and going in depth because it has sometimes, especially if they aren't healed, it'll re-traumatize them. So yes, but it's not yours to drag out of them. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Because like it's a very this feels like a very Fleabag situation with this particular item. Like somebody who lost faith in the institution, but didn't like lose faith in what they believed. Oh yeah, I had these done a little while ago. And yes, that is mostly my own nail under there. But yeah, we did trendy 169 and 172. Both of them were glitter polishes, so this actually allows a bit of light to pass through. So they look fantastic with a bright light illuminating behind them. And I've only jammed myself. When I told my nail tech, hey, I want these sharp. Yeah, yeah, they did their job. They are sharp, to say the least. Does anybody else have pendulum questions? Yes and no tend to work pretty well, and apparently I've got reception all the way up, so I'm actually getting some decently clear detail right now as well. Oh, that that is so cool. Honestly, if your bro happens to meet Ryan Coogler, like just let him know that the internet is like, especially me. Thank you. That movie was fantastic. So yeah, it's like a yes and no question, something that can have a very clear yes or no answer to it. And every now and again, I do get a little bit more information that comes in, so I of course relay it. Let me go ahead. I will reset again. But yeah, I want to go back and I want to see that movie again so I can actually take notes. There was so much nuance and so much just everything. Everything about that movie was so fantastic and so well thought out that I really want to go back and take notes and comment on slightly more nuanced parts. I also just want to give it a couple more days to be out because I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to have spoilers, but I will definitely let people know that I'm talking about Sinners so that they aren't like wandering into something and hearing all the details. Will Luna's partners be coming back? Doesn't feel like it, but it does feel like there's a lot of complicated emotions around it. So it's not like they just drop and gone. Will Lacey find their runaway pet? Wow, it refusal to answer. Too many moving gears. Definitely keep putting in a concerted effort. Check with, like, of course, neighbors and community. Um, is your pet microchipped by chance? Because you definitely want to check shelters, but don't just check nearby shelters. Check shelters a little bit further outside your range than you normally would. Baby, if they have blocked you, respect that boundary. Don't try and circumvent that. Whether magically or otherwise, don't try and circumvent that boundary line. That will not bode well for any kind of relationship. And I don't want you sitting there chewing on that, hoping, waiting by the phone kind of thing. Are we talking about your father in spirit or physically? Sorry, I'm going back and just grabbing a couple of these. Is Shazane gonna move back home? That looks like a no. You may be better with found family or community that is more supporting. Did Kathy's mom find their dad? a gentle yes. Find can be a little bit of a open end, to say the least. May have found, but may not have like contacted, or may have. Oh, why do I want to use the word voted against speaking to them directly? Feels like there's separation. Oh no. Ah, spirit. Was their father with them at the park? Yes. He checks in from time to time. Keeps you out of trouble, apparently. Small things, gentle nudges, that kind of thing, but yeah, there, checking in. And gently moving you to the side of things. Will Miss Whitney's new residence be in a preferred school zone? That is a very strong maybe. I don't know if you're having to choose between possible multiple, or if they're deciding where they're going to place you still. Yeah, it feels like the last few pieces haven't been quite put to rest, so it's still kind of up in the air. But they are leaning towards giving you what you need. It's like winning the lottery, dear. Will Kay reach out after? I'm sorry, let me settle this. Will Kay reach out after reading the letter? Yes, but don't expect the emotions to be what you want them to be. They're still going to be complicated and definitely layered. Definitely give them time. But yeah, aw, don't worry. When people pass to the other side, sometimes they take like a little bit of an extended break because they're finally done with living. So, but they tend to check in, and luckily, not too many of those on the other side like are constantly in your business. Trust me, you would not want that. You would not want that. But they do tend to check in, especially if you like are really thinking about them or kind of call them towards. Oh, two different schools for the kids. Just keep manifesting towards, and maybe drop subtle hints of this area would work a little bit better for me. Will Tammy's X-ray be good news? It's a small no. It's a small no for the X-ray, meaning they might just find a little bit more than what they expected, but not like a oh my god, just a we didn't expect to see that. So, grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Will the relationship with Kay work out? It's a really small yes, maybe. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of communication, and a lot of making sure that you're both on the same page, especially about what you expect and what you want. Phrasing? No, sorry. Will the cat calm down? Maybe leaning heavily towards yes, sometimes cats are just very high strung, especially if they're young. Especially if they're young. Is C talking to other women? Yes, because they exist within society. Talking to other people does not constitute cheating. Sometimes talking is literally just talking on a platonic level. So, big old grain of salt. Oh, she's 6 months. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Will the book be a success? Small yes. So something that probably could start out small and then slowly grow. Definitely make sure that you are marketing yourself, putting it out there, all that kind of good stuff. Will we get the financial freedom that they have been working for? Yeah, actually a rather strong yes on that one. Keep working. You can do it. You're welcome. Hello, hello, darlings. How are we doing today? Give me a second. I gotta crack my shoulder. Oh, God. Hypermobile and crunchy. I will be back on Wednesday. I take Tuesdays off. I gotta make sure that. Ooh, actually, I gotta make sure that tomorrow might be munch. So I will be back on Wednesday, 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, as the usual. Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Um, a lot of nights I will be in my verified places. I will try to find ways to let people know where I'm going to be and when. And I'm still, once I get the dust to settle a little bit, I will be working on getting a Discord server set up so that we can have better interactions, make sure that people can stay connected. Because I know a lot of you have made friends on this platform amongst each other. So, yes, 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 I will. I will be there. We'll be hanging out. It was so much fun last night. It was honestly so much fun last night. We had very good, frank, salient conversations. We're just absolutely lovely. And came up with some really great content ideas and whatnot. Ooh, actually, I really need to take a very quick bio break. I will be right back. I'm going to leave that right there. Be right back, my darlings. Go ahead, make sure you get up, stretch, have a little something to drink or eat. I will be right back, my dears. There's the butter. Hello, darlings. Yes, yes, that is my preferred verified site, especially for live streaming. I mean, I prefer them for a lot of different reasons, but yes. Everybody hear me correctly? Hello, hi Maddie, how you doing? Oh, I finally found water that I can drink. If you've known me for any amount of time, I'm not a huge fan of water. Not a huge fan of water. And on a whim, I got regular spring water, but I also grabbed distilled water for my irons and everything. I can drink distilled water with a lot less problems. So I think the spring water that I was buying, and it didn't really seem to matter which maker or distributor it was. I really did not like drinking water. I can drink distilled water. So I'm guessing that most of the spring waters that are out there must have at least some sort of a tap source that puts like chlorine or something in there, and that my body's like, yeah, no, no. Distilled water, on the other hand, has like next to nothing in it. And so my body goes, yeah, we can let that in. I discovered that on accident because I ran out of spring water and went, the water is water. It's distilled. Let's go. Oh, this actually tastes decent. Fuck's sake. Yay. Fair, fair, fair. I'll be on 8 o'clock, starting 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, we can go from there. Mm. Yeah, maybe think I'm gonna do. Sorry, this is my brain thinking over. Yeah, I think I'll do a matinee tomorrow. I know, back to back, same place too. I think I'll do a matinee tomorrow for Sinners, and that way everything's gonna be really fresh, really sharp in my head, and then I'll take a notepad or something with me so I can actually write down notes. Because also I love how they use the horror and the scare elements for that movie. They did so good at it. Yes. I like when I was watching, especially the scene between Smoke and his partner. I'm trying so hard. A, but B, like all the stuff that she had in that shack. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need a second go around because there was so much Easter eggs that I knew had to be littered throughout, but like you don't fully get enough time to watch the interaction and deal with like the dialogue and whatnot that they're having, plus look at all the Easter eggs. So I have a feeling I'm going to be like looking at the background almost the entire time this next go around. But I know at the very least I saw blue bottles in there, and she had talked about haints. So yeah, I'm just like, oh, there's going to be so much. There's going to be so much background detail that I didn't see the first time around that I know I'm going to see the second time around. It's kind of like oh god, what was the movie that I've been there's a movie that I've seen like 1,000 times And I just watched it again more recently. It'd been a couple of years since I had seen it. I can't remember what it is right now. But I watched it again and noticed like a whole new set of Easter eggs that I had not picked up on the first like 100 times that I had watched it. I know it was like more of an action film. What was it? Let me check out. Maybe I can find it in my history. Mm-hmm. Sorry, going back through. I know it was a movie. Damn, I listened to a lot of music. I did not quite realize that. Yeah, no, no. Annie, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, that her name, tip of the tongue. I'm just like, it's Ms. Oh shit, Ms. Annie, Ms. Annie, the root worker. The very fact that they brought in an element of hoodoo, of folk work, of African and specifically Black American craft, and did such a good job at it. They didn't make her, the wizened old woman with the milky eyes and the crooked cane, because they do that so often. That very magical Negro trope. That I was like, oh, please don't let that happen. Please don't let that happen. And no, they gave such wonderful credence with it, between the smoke cleansing, the lighting of the candle, the spilling of libations, mixed with the prayer work. I'm like, they did a good job at putting her craft in. Oh God, you did not just bring up Eve's Bayou. I mean, like, between Eve's Bayou, um, the Princess and the Frog, freaking All Dogs Go to Heaven. Like, oh God, freaking, and I love Eartha Kitt, I truly do. But Poltergeist, like, there have been so many movies where, hey buddy, there have been so many movies where you've gotten the magical old wizened woman, and it's always so trope, so trope. So the very fact that they actually did due diligence in who she was and what she was, even what she's wearing, they did so good, because it gave you an entire story. It gave you a glimpse of her life. In fact, all of them, what they were wearing, even the costume changes, it gave you a glimpse of their life, of what they'd been through, what they were going through, who they were as a person. And it was just, ooh, that, that, the dialect. They actually paid attention to the dialect. And like, for some people, they're not gonna notice things like dialect and dialogue. But when you know, it wasn't just a Southern thing. It wasn't just Southern that she was speaking with. She also was speaking from culture that came from way back and was slowly brought and preserved here. So yeah, oh, just I honestly, like, part of me wonders if the story is supposed to run parallel or be very much symbolized as the African Orisha and Loa. So I'm wondering if they are supposed to be representatives of African deities and figures, especially within the black sharecropping diaspora and the hoodoo diaspora of the deep rural South. Because it was mentioned like more than once. This, I swear to God, it's not a spoiler. It's mentioned more than once that like Louisiana has ties to at least one or two of their backgrounds. So I'm wondering how much more I'm going to notice and how much of that runs either parallel or is supposed to be symbolic of the different deities and deity worship that are present in the black diaspora of that era. Really? I did not know that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Smoke and Stack. Yes, they were. So good. So good. I love it. Yeah. Well, that and I'm sorry, I'm literally terrible with names. The white passing woman. She gave me the vibes of some of the betrayer figures in DOT, because like you could tell that she desperately wanted to be a part of the community and she knew where she wanted to be, but at the same point in time she was so willing to flip. Why, thank you, darling. Haven't been gardening, but I, yeah. But yeah, the fact that she was so willing to go out where she wasn't supposed to, and the fact that, oh no, I've got squinty face going on. I know. The fact that she was willing to go out where she wasn't supposed to be, and the fact that she did not take any sort of heeds or precautions. I'm like, how many folklore stories are there about particular people not heeding the elders or not heeding wisdoms, being foolish, having hubris, wanting things that they cannot have, and not heeding the wisdom that is being imparted to them. Just like, I mean, the very fact, well, they seem fine. Honey, live in your 2%. Like, but no, they did so good with the cast. They did amazing with with the way they approached each character. And again, it didn't feel like any of the characters were falling into the tropes. Like each character had motivation and drive and so much nuance. Even even the smallest of characters, even the most side characters had a lot of thought put into them. Like the ones that appeared for literally just moments on screen and had only like a line or less to say, each of them. Just, oh, the dance scene. I'm still like, my brain is still, whoo, the dance scene. That first dance scene was so good. And did you do you remember their their actual names, their Christian names. I'm like, oh, oh. Again, it had that biblical brothers. Again, so much nuance. And if I thought I was gonna be, again, I don't think this is a spoiler, but if you're like thinking that you're gonna go see Sinners and you don't want to hear nothing about it, the fact that they showed Christian, what do you call it? Christian trappings, as it were, and also showed like the pushback against it, not even just within the black diaspora, but also within the antagonist and how the antagonist processed um, Christianity and what they thought about it. Like there are like you can literally pick a subject, watch the movie, and write down so much nuance, whether it is religion, whether it was how people feel about smegs, the positivity towards it or the negativity towards it, um, music, drink, um, war, peace, marriage, relationship. Like there's so many things that can be discussed about this film. I honestly think that within a year's time there are going to be like literal college courses dedicated to this movie because of how multi-layered and intersectional it is. Wow. Highest grossing film of the year so far? Oh yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. But I also love that the way, because you can see it. You can see it in the trailers. But the way this was, I want to say it's also the Yoruba tribe that purposefully does markings and their significance, and the fact that he doesn't shy away from it. The fact that that in it of itself has significance. So freaking good. So freaking good. Yeah, it's Sinners. I'm definitely trying very very hard to like avoid any major spoilers, but I'm gonna go back tomorrow and watch it again. I just saw it today at the matinee. I'm gonna go back and watch it again, and I'm gonna be taking some notes to go with it because it was so good. It was so good and so nuanced. And like as I'm sitting here and just gently pulling at threads, I'm like, I want to sit in with the people who put this together because it's like every single aspect of this movie had so much thought and care put into it between how words were said, what was said, you know, the dialects and languages that they used, the music, the costuming, the symbolism, the little Easter eggs, like everything tied in not just to itself, but tied into the cultures that were represented and the histories that it came from. The fact that they didn't leave out the representation for the white passing person, nor did they leave out the representation for the Asian couple in the dance scene was brilliant. I was just going, I thought somehow that they were going to focus very much on the Black diaspora, but like they kept true to the theme of the film, which was the intersection of so many different things, and they carried that through into the music, into the representation of dance, into the superstition of so many different things. It's like this, it's so brilliant. It was so brilliant. Oh, damn you, jury duty. No, it is absolutely worth it. It is absolutely worth it. Right? Oh, oh my god. I oh that scene caused me so much tension because if you know anything about chain gangs and and the what they called the black laws. The black laws were made to basically put enslaved people back in their place, keep them scared, keep them imprisoned, like vagrancy, loiter laws, all of these things that are minor offenses now, like these were all used to basically re-traumatize and re-enslave newly freed people. And they came up with these laws so that they could harm people, and they don't shy away from showing you to what extent. So yeah, like I with the overseer, with that warden type sitting on the horse, on that high horse, the risk that they took just passing by, like you could feel the tension. It was so poignant. But I love that it didn't rest on, okay, we have to make the entire movie feel sad, or oh, we have to make the whole movie feel like super tense, like horror. Like they made this movie feel so human. It was a wild ride, but it was a fantastic one. Mhm. Mhm. Which, I mean, right now that is one of the most powerful things that you can do is show people that there is still hope. Show people that there is still a way. And I mean, look at what Delta Slim not only went through, but how he dealt with it. I I kind of love the fact that again they give you a lot of detail about his history, about his background, about what he went through and why what like motivates him to do certain things. And I'm like, damn, damn. It was just so incredibly powerful without feeling like another what do you call it? Another 12 years a slave. Cuz that's that's what I was a little bit worried about going into this movie. Yes, everybody says, "Oh, it's great, it's great, it's great." I was really kind of worried that I was going to be sitting through yet another just, 2 hours worth of trauma. 2 hours worth of, you know, showing the same thing, roots, 12 years a slave, underground railroad. Like that's what I was afraid of, is it was just going to be a more like a continuation of that. And instead they didn't just lean into the pain, they didn't just lean into the sorrow. They showed you joy, they showed you hope, they showed you happiness. Almost, oh my god, Amistad. Amistad was so hard to watch. So hard to watch. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it showed the integration of the young up and coming and the older influences constantly, 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 constantly. It was it was so good because like you it showed old magic and new. It showed old musician and new. And it was constantly in cycles, so you never felt like you were stuck in one place. It was always a progression, showing you both the future and where that future came from. So you were constantly getting a, this comes from the past, it's in our present, it's moving towards our future, but it never stops there. It's always evolving, it's always moving, it's always becoming something more. So good. They did so good. Like it is so good. On just I don't even have enough words to describe perfectly, especially without giving away a lot of things. That's what's taking my coding so long. I don't even have enough words to explain how perfectly this movie was done and how much they thought about the messaging, the foreshadowing, the little things to tell you how the story might progress or where the story gets its roots from. And it was all so well done. Like, I even I even loved Cornbread's wife. Like, again, this is what I'm talking about. Such a small part of the overall total, but still done with such beautiful nuance. Absolutely wonderful amounts of layers in a character that you see for like that much time. You felt for each character and you got to know them in such a way that made them feel very real, very human. And it's funny in certain ways because a couple of your protagonists, on one hand you want to feel sympathetic towards them, but on another hand you can't fully feel sympathetic per se. But I mean, that in itself is a, how do I put this, that in and of itself kind of marks how well this film did it, because there is no perfect, there is no perfect victim. There is no perfect person in this movie. They are all incredibly human, even the antagonist. And that's what made it so damn good. Because you could have empathy and sympathy. You could definitely have your favorite characters and your not so favorite characters. But each and every last one of them, none of them were perfect victims, but none of them were perfect villains either. So, oh, so good. Really? Oh, I did not know that. I love that he pulled from his past, and honestly, I applaud his family and friends and whoever helped shape him into the person who wanted to do research, wanted to put nuance, wanted to put layers into everything that he did, because it, his stuff is so much better, so much better. And I know like some of his stuff has gotten changed and maybe didn't get the best translation, like Black Panther 2, but like he puts in so much work and so much nuance, and when he is actually given agency to make a film, what he produces is just so incredibly mind-blowingly dense but beautiful. So yeah, you can definitely get a lot on that first run around, but like that second, that third, that fourth watch, you're still finding new things, new nuance, new layers to it, and I think it was Black Panther. I think it was Black Panther that I was watching recently, and I saw yet another what do you call it, like another layer to it, even though I've seen it a bunch of times. But yeah, it's so good. Oh, good. Sinners is a film for everyone, but it is also a film specifically meant for the marginalized, especially the marginalized in America. And I this just dawned on me. I love the fact that they did not speak down to any of the groups represented. Even if they were highly unsavory people, they did not use the trope of, oh, well, they're just a yokel, or, oh, they're just uneducated, or, oh, they just don't know better. Like, they didn't ever use that trope to make you dislike somebody more. If you were gonna dislike somebody, they gave you very good reasons to not like a person or have a lower opinion of them, but they never used intelligence, social status, or education to lower your opinion of it. So it was never punching down in that regard, and I really appreciate that because it is far too easy to to take certain tropes and shove them in to give a lower opinion. Um, I will reference other movies per se, but like quite often, if you want to make somebody seem less likable, you will show them as being wildly uneducated, holding a ton of pseudoscience esque views, and spouting them constantly. So you're going, oh wow, they're wildly uneducated. Like, you can be not college educated and still be smart, still be witty, still be thoughtful and thought out. But the very fact that they did not lean into education as being a way to punch down, or how somebody spoke. Like, they all spoke definitely with Mississippi accents and dialects, but at no point was that used as a, "Oh, see, this is why we don't like them because they speak this way." Like, no, it was, everybody was given even weight and footing, and it relied much more on their actions, their literal actions, to let you decide whether you liked them or you didn't like them. So fantastic in that particular regard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I love the fact that you got to actually learn some of the nuance behind why she was that way, like what shaped her. And when you have to look at the layers behind why she acts the way she does, some of the abandonment, some of the really bad, family history, what she was put into, what she was, forced to do to survive, or choices that were made for her. Like, you're like, I still don't like you. I still don't like you. But okay, I understand at least why you're doing it, and I can still disagree with why you were doing it. Oh, it is so good. It is so good. I will tell you, it is a vampire film, but the vampires are there, but they are not the sole focus. It is so much more layered, intersectional, so much more nuance. And it's not just like, oh my god, we just have to build the horror all the time. Like, oh, we're just going to build all the tension so that we have, like Friday the 13th. Nah, nah. It is nuanced, it is layered. There are plenty of things to be afraid of or have tension over, but yeah, it's not just, oh, it's just this thing. That is the only thing I have to worry about. Nah, there's so many layers to it. So many layers to it. Mm-hmm. 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 And she says, that's never a choice I made for myself. I'm like, she's right. She's right. And and especially in that era, the choice that she wanted to make and the choice that you could tell he wanted to make, by the very fact that she passed the way she did, so like they both recognized what they wanted, but also on a very clear level recognized why they weren't able to have what they wanted, or at least some of the big hurdles that would sit in the way. And while they both recognized it, they took two very different routes of going about it. Like he took a slightly more logical. She took a slightly more emotional. But again, it wasn't the fault of their sexes. It wasn't the fault of their gender. It was just they had two slightly different views, and her station as a woman in society in that era versus his station as a man, especially one who had gone through major trauma of the early 1920s variety. Think of what was going on in that era. Like, there's a reason he drew lines and put distance. Like, I loved that they weren't just like, "Ugh, just having an, oh." It's like, no, there's reasons. There were so many reasons. Yes, 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 yes. When, ooh, I'm gonna have that moment. We're gonna have a moment. We're gonna have a, if you don't understand culture, don't worry. We're gonna have this moment, girl. And when, yeah, 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 like the blackest parts of me were going, they look okay to, no, girl, I need you to hush, hush. Just that part, that part. I love Miss Annie. I love Miss Annie. She was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Again, I, there was not a single person I would have asked them to add to this cast. And honestly, I want to know even more about like the background and the history, especially with Remick. I, this is one of the first times I can truly say that I want to know more about the antagonist, but they definitely gave me so much in this movie that I'm very happy with the amount of information I got. But like, they actually made him an interesting enough antagonist, an interesting enough character that I wanted to know more about him. I wanted to know more of his history. I wanted to know more about what drives him, what he went through, all that kind of stuff. No, no, that would be such a wild oversimplification for anything. It is, oh god, how do I summarize this? Give me a second to code. The fact that you had a happy, fat, dark skinned, beautiful black woman. Ugh. There was representation all over the places for body sizes, weights, shapes, just everything. Everything. Not all the dudes had to be chiseled. Not all the women had to look like waifs. Not everybody was paper bag colored. Like, it was beautiful. But no. That what was Dan? No, that would be a wild oversimplification. It was much more a look, a cultural look at the intersections of multiple marginalized groups with a slightly larger focus on the Black diaspora without the exclusion of the Native Americans, Irish, and Asian Americans who also went through a lot of violence, trauma, and marginalization within the rural Mississippi South. There also just happens to be some supernatural elements to it, which were fantastically done because they very much tie into the folklore and superstition and folk magics that have followed over from whence people were dragged from. Mm-hmm. I loved finally seeing some representation because I think I want to say that Ryan Coogler is really good at representing, happily so, representing darker complexions within the diaspora and giving them romances and relationships that don't fall into the trope of one of y'all can be darker, but usually the female, the woman, the femme presenting one must be like light as a paper bag and narrow as a waif. Like even there the thinner uh, um, female femme women protagonists there were not waif thin, which was thank you Jesus. Mm, thank you for noticing that. Thank you for noticing that. And I loved how they addressed that. I I loved that they did not shy away from topics of spicy. They gave good representation and showed positivity towards it and positivity around those subjects. They could have been, they were a little crass, but I like it was that kind of rough speak that you would have seen in that era anyways. But even with that rough speak, they didn't like try and drive it to the nth. Like sometimes you will get a character who's very rough, very crass, and that is all their character is. Think Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy. That's all their character does. No, these characters, yeah, sometimes but it wasn't like so overblown. And honestly, it was quite often in a positive way. So I was like, okay, you actually held you there was some delicacy. You put nuance and you put social commentary in there without making it message. It's like message. It's like okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. And it can be so difficult sometimes to talk about colorism and have it understood because colorism tends to go in one direction And I, I'm not asking. Trust me, I'm not asking them to address it in this particular movie because there's a lot of other stuff going on. Like sometimes there is stuff I want to address about colorism that I feel wildly uncomfortable trying to address in mixed company because the last thing I need is somebody chiming in does not need to, who does not know how to stand there. Like, well, I'm just no, no, no. This is not your conversation. Your lane is about over on the other side of the highway. Stay there. But I love the fact that they mixed cultures and had conversations that you would normally only ever address if you were like face to face within the community. So yeah, just they handled it so well, and they did it so like everything they did. It was again. I love the fact that there was cultural significance that they touched on, and if you know, you know, and if you didn't, you didn't. Right? You're across the road. Just stay there. Just trust me. Just stay there. Just but no, they did such a good job addressing so many different subjects, and I honestly hope that there are more films that come out from Ryan Coogler or his peers that address more superstition, religion, supernatural in that same vein and with that same amount of care. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, and if you go to see Sinners, stay all the way to the end. Stay through the credits. It is like a Marvel film. There's more that is going to go on. Stay through the credits. Yes, found a Dr. Pepper. Trust me, I had a lot of questions growing up. I was evangelical. They handed me a Bible when I was 8. I started reading all of that stuff. And then very quickly, subsequently, had questions, which I tried to couch very gently because I didn't want to get myself kicked out. But I had questions, and a lot of them got shut down. So I was like, I'm just going to sit and observe for a while because I have questions, but I'm also waiting to see how adults, you know, act and how they comport themselves. And it was like, hmm, hmm, hmm. Yes. Well, I think there. I think there. I cut myself off from my family. Well, I think there. I think there. I cut myself off from my family um because of how terribly they treated me. So, on a lot of levels, I do not have that support group, but also I was not getting like the history and the family from said family. So yeah, cutting off my family was probably one of the better things I've done. But yeah, like if they're living fine, whatever. But like how they think about me, I don't give a damn at all how they think about me or what they would think about like anything that I do. Mm-hmm. Right, and it's small. Sometimes it's just small differences. Like you're asking a question to get clarity. You're not asking a question to be contrarian or start a fight. Sometimes you're asking questions because you're like, why, 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 why? I just need to know why. And once I have a the answer for it, it'll be able to rest in the head a little bit better. But yeah, no, like so like for me, I took to heart a lot of the things that focused on um, the acquisition of wealth. So like how rich people were supposed to comport themselves versus how followers of Christ were supposed to comport themselves. And yeah, like the more I observed, because I was shut down a couple times, but the more I observed, the more I was like, I'm not happy with the church in very large part because of how they treat money. And then yeah, later on, as I was unraveling a lot of my own smegdual identity and how I felt about things when I got reprimanded, when I got judged, when I had pushback on that from very particular people, I'm like, A, I'm already wrestling with my own shit, but B, you're not following the book. You're not following what you are called to do. Like, yeah, it was just mm. So the story of Legion. Man has a bunch of demons in him, and Jesus casts the demons into the swine. In Jewish cultures, swine are unclean. They are something that cannot be eaten or interacted with, which means he cast out demons into an unclean animal because they were already unclean. Um, it is that uncleanliness that gets repeated over and over and over and over again. And the first roughly 5 books of the Bible, especially, are or at least were very much used to control the enslaved diaspora by telling them all the things that they shouldn't do, all the things that were unclean. And if cleanliness is next to godliness, maybe you can crawl your way up from being seen as unclean because we were often compared to animals. So a lot of the like Levitical law got kind of internalized as far as how we felt it would represent us as a morally clean being. It is diabolical. It is honestly diabolical. So if you are, funny thing is, if you're a Christian and you've actually read your Bible, Hebrews chapter 8, verses 12 through 13, um, negate or pass away the old covenant, which would be the Old Testament with all the old Levitical laws. And by the way, Levitical laws were supposed to apply to the Levites, which were the priest tribe of the Israelites. Other things for other days. But above and beyond that, in Hebrews, which is New Testament, it basically tells you the new covenant, basically the holdover of the Ten Commandments and then the Beatitudes. Hello, we're supposed to be what you follow as a follower of Christ, but that the old rules, the old laws were supposed to be, scooted on, passed away because they were obsolete or they were becoming obsolete.
So yeah, sometimes I get really, really, really contentious, and we've seen it a couple times where people will come in and quote Levitical law, especially at me. And it irritates me because I'm like, if you're supposedly a follower of Christ, then you should already know about the book of Hebrews. You should know that we follow the new covenant, not the old covenant. But yeah, like a lot of the things that are seen as bad are literal holdovers and people ignoring certain parts of the Bible so that they can control others more. And it drives me up a wall. Well, that's the funny thing. I was raised evangelical Christian for like the first 20 years of my life. I was handed a full fledged Bible when I was 8 years old, and I started actually reading it. So when I stepped away from the church, it was because I could not uh, sit by as so many of the rules, so many of the laws, so many of the teachings were being given lip service while the more radical and restrictive laws that we weren't supposed to be following anymore kept being forced. So yeah, I had major contention with the hypocrisy. Hey, dang it! I'm about to get off at 7 o'clock. Right, right, exactly. Like Christ died in order to, you know, wipe the slate clean again, and then you were supposed to follow basically the Ten Commandments, which were basically saying, hey, just be a good person, try not to steal shit, try not to lie, like, honor each other, be gentle and kind. And then of course also the Beatitudes, which is like do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which I always find funny because when people are nasty and rude, mean and horrific to you, and then you gently match that, they go, oh, I can't believe it's like, no, I'm doing unto you as you have been doing unto me. If you don't like that, stop doing unto me as you have been doing. Like, but yeah, yes, I did. And I will speak on it again. I promise I will speak on it again. I'm going to go and see it yet again tomorrow at a matinee, and I'm going to be taking notes because it was such a good movie. It was such a good movie. Oh my God. Well, and here's the funny thing is I don't, oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so good. I'm glad that I did wait long enough so that I wasn't going to be in a crowd of people, but it was so good. I love Turn the Other Cheek once I knew the full meaning of it. Turn the other cheek isn't the, oh, you've hit me on this side. Oh, go ahead, hit me on the other. The, oh, oh, you hit me on that side. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Right there. It's a challenge. It's an actual challenge. Like there are so many verses that we have been taught as believers that it's all about gentleness and oh don't do any harm, don't hit back. Yeah, that's respectability politics that was drilled into us by those who wanted to enact violence against us. And when I say those who wanted to enact violence against us, I mean those in the hierarchy of the church itself, usually pastors, deacons, people who had power. They were taken so far out of context. And when you put the context back in, especially when so much of that context is dependent on how Romans would view those actions, or the laws that the Romans had um, built up in order to make Judaic life harder. I think your message did get filtered. Robbie, you poor thing. What what words are you using that you are so constantly filtered? Oh, you poor thing. Hmm. Well, it's the oh, you hit me. Go ahead, aim there. Like, if like a Roman soldier or a Roman citizen had taken that second swing, it shows a clear willingness to do harm and violence. It's basically fighting words. So like, oh, you hit me once. You got your one free lick in. That second punch, that second motion of violence allows for you to hit back now. It's self defense. So yeah, it's freaking lovely. Oh, right. I have I love the nail salon and I so want to continue on this journey. I have never felt more connected and more like, oh, I can't wait till they are like literally long enough that I am speaking almost completely with nails. Oh, thank you so much. Exactly. There was no free smack. Same thing with so no, we did two different types of glitter. So trendy 169 and 172. Both of them are these lovely, lovely glitters. And yeah, they did an ombre between them. It came out so fantastic. Like the nail tech, Kevin, fantastic. Loved him. But yeah, um, what was it? Oh, make like go the extra mile. So Roman soldiers were allowed to make you a Judaic Jewish person were allowed to make you like carry their gear, their shit, only a certain distance. If you continued to carry their stuff past that allotted distance, it was seen as abuse. So you were making a point of, yeah, you're abusing me. You're forcing me to do these things. You are stepping above and beyond, and just it was shame. You're Jesus was petty. I love to say it. Jesus was petty, and he knew how to make people who were being abusive, especially people in power, absolutely rue the day that he walked in. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's past 7 o'clock. I have to wind it down. But yeah, no, it's been gray here. We haven't gotten the rain just yet. I'm hoping we'll get at least a little, but I will be back on Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I will be on again tonight in a verified place at about 8 o'clock. I'm just going to go get myself some water, some actual food, and, redressed for said place. So I will see you all a little bit later. Right, that part. Although honestly, on this platform they filter so much. So I'm sorry. Yeah. Good night, my darlings. Bye.